Hey, what's going on, everybody? We have another review for the new show, The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World. Today, we're going to break this one down. Last video, we got a lot of positive feedback, and you want me to continue these reviews, so that's what we're going to do today. Let's break it down. Hit that intro.
You are watching the fan club.
You're watching the fan club.
And you're watching the fan club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the fan club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake one.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the fan club. It is your boy Dan Brosnan in the building. We are so happy to have you guys. Today we are going to be breaking down The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World, Episode 2, titled A Red Ranger and Adventurers. These titles are so freaking crazy, I'm not going to lie, but hey, the show is pretty good so far. There are a lot of elements that I like with this one. And Episode 2 did not let up. It was a good vibe. So first, let's read you the synopsis from Crunchyroll. When you go on and watch it, there is a little write-up. It's very small, but it gives you an idea of how the show is going to go for the day. Ydra has become an adventurer to learn more about Togo and his powers, but after an adventuring duo earns her hatred with some rude remarks about her father, it escalates into a race to see who can clear a dungeon first. Yes, it's exactly how it said. These two pop up, and they don't really like the mage. They're talking a lot of smack, I guess. She's dealt with them before, but she doesn't remember, but they remember her, and they're not very nice, to tell you the truth, and she's not very nice back. And then they insult her father, and we get to learn a little bit more about Ydra's dad. He was a powerful sorcerer for the king or something, and we don't really know everything on why he got thrown out, but it seemed like he was a nice dude, and no matter what people were saying about him, he still wanted to help people. And that is her way of thinking. But when they're saying all this bad stuff about her dad, she snaps and wants to fight them. Well, Togo the Red Ranger's like, well, how about we do a quest? How about we do something a little bit different? So they decided that they were going to go into the dungeon and have a quest challenge. The two adventurers going against the mage, they were very familiar with the dungeon, and they were all about it. Now, the mage, Ydra, she kind of had an idea and suspicion that with their confidence, they were familiar with the dungeon. She was going to have to bring it, and it was a challenge that ended up turning into them working together because the monsters and the creatures that were in there were out to kill them, and they were big, they were strong, they even took out the Red Ranger, and they were forced to work with each other, which that was freaking cool. I forget the two adventurers' names, but they were kind of creepy. So she said, if I win the challenge, you're going to apologize for what you said about my dad. And the other guys are like, well, she said whatever she wants. And look at her boobies and like, whoa, like creeper alert, man. That's why some of these shows in Japan, if they ever did get an English dub, I could see that being changed a little bit because it comes off a little creepy, but dang, this show is hilarious. I'm not going to lie. There are so many funny elements about even the Red Ranger and his obsession with bonds, and he actually tells the other adventurers a story about how when he was a ranger, they had to work together with their bonds. He talks about how like the Blue Ranger and the Yellow Ranger, I believe, got into it, and then they weren't able to kind of use the cannon the proper way. So that was kind of cool, and that like led into them using the cannon a little bit later. I think it was like the V cannon or something, and at first they couldn't use it because they didn't really like each other. But once they formed that bond and got along, they were able to take out the monsters with that giant cannon. There was another funny part where the mage Yidra, I hope I'm not screwing up everyone's name, but she was like, why don't you just use your giant robot? Like, why don't you use the mecha, the Megazord, right? And he uses it, and it gets caught in the caverns. Like, it's completely stuck. It can't move. It also does kill and squash like a handful of monsters. But it was hilarious. There's so many things with this show that make it fun. If you like Power Rangers, if you like Super Sentai, you're gonna like this show because it pokes fun at some of the Sentai and Power Ranger tropes of the past. And there are some things in here that I bet you're not going to love, or some elements of comedy that are kind of a little crazy, like the whole, oh, we can do whatever we want with this girl. Look at her boobies. Like, that was wild. I'm not going to lie. When I read that, I'm like, holy crap. But I think the sense of humor and comedy in Japan is completely different over here. And I mean, it was partially funny. Like, I get it, but I think some people might hammer it. But it is a cartoon Japanese show that's 14 plus, all right? It is an anime, and I've heard, I don't watch like a crap ton of animes, but I've heard that there's way worse shows than this one. At the end of the show, we did get introduced to two new characters that I think are going to play a part in the show. They had long blue hair. We're not for sure who they are yet. One could be a mage, the other looks like a warrior with a giant sword. I guess we might find out who they are next episode, next Sunday. So what are your thoughts? It's very entertaining. With no Power Rangers in sight, or at least nothing we can watch so far this year, I've been very, very excited to have stuff to watch, and this one was kind of cool. I appreciated this one. Now, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. I have to shout out all of the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs and the reason why we can continue to make stuff like this. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members, Salima Ramirez, Stephen Heffelman, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Papillon Purple, Thomas Franco, and Troy Lyon. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that share button, and if you can, please sign up to be a member today. We have 3 membership power-ups. We have the Gold Ranger power-up, the most popular. You get into our exclusive fan club chat group. We have fan exclusive videos that we are adding monthly now, and you get a video shout out. Yes, folks, at the end of our videos, I will shout out your name. We also have the Quantum Ranger power up where you get monthly meetings online with me. Yes, folks, we will talk once a month on Zoom, and you can give me your ideas for future episodes. And then we have a professional package, the Dr. K Power Up, that is for businesses that want to tap into the platform. If you guys can, please sign up to be a member today. It is highly appreciated, and it helps us keep these videos going. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.